Good evening. Welcome to Auroville Festival, edition 2023. This year, Auroville Festival's theme is the first quality of Mother Symbol, that's sincerity. And today, being the fourth day of the festival, it is dedicated to Maha Saraswati. And the quality that we are commemorating is perfection. And in this session of City Conversation, today we have chosen the subject of cultural zone. We have Sonali with us, Soumya and Pierre, to discuss the cultural zone. And in this session, we shall delve into the call towards perfection and explore the aspects of the cultural zone that can foster the culture of perfectibility, which is a central quality of Mahasaraswati. Will the cultural institutions and research centers related to education, arts, and sports that are planned to direct us to develop our inner capabilities to constantly strive to become perfect? We will reflect on building a culture of perfectibility amongst ourselves at an individual level and collectively. So the format of the conversation is such that we look at a larger aspect of the galaxy plan, and this particular session, it's the cultural zone. So what is the why aspect, no? The aspirational aspect, why the cultural zone was set up? And slowly, I would like you to kind of reflect upon it, and then we go into the more on the aspects of how do we manifest it? What are the routes that we can take to reach that pinnacle of ours? And finally, we will end it up with, let's say, the immediate, the what aspect, the practical things that we need to manifest to ensure we somehow get there. So that's what I'm looking forward to have a conversation about. And I would like you to, when we are talking about this cultural zone, I would like you to also reflect from two perspectives. One is, what do we want as Auroville to achieve collectively with this cultural zone? And what is it that we can get individually?
We are in a certain situation today in Auroville. So I found a kind of, excuse me, it will take 1 minute or two. I found a parallel with what the mother said about Auroville, that it will be the Tower of Babel in reverse. Mm-hmm. So if you know the history of the Tower of Babel in the Bible, people came from all over the world to build something as high, so high to reach heaven. But for some reason, in the process, it became chaotic because as the different people spoke different language, they could not agree. So I found that funny that in Auroville we all speak more or less English, and we have been managing to create a real chaos in spite of our common language. So what is it that will make us a little more unified? And I realized that was what the mother gave us. At least she gave us a plan and something which could unite us. And that we have to realize that that's because we have lost track of it, that we are in this present situation. So it's time to go back to a certain humility and a certain dedication to the mother, and to believe that she was right, you see? So as also speaking of the chaos, it's a lack of communication. And I was amused recently to see that people, there are people who don't want anything, but some agree with the crown, but why a perfect circle? Why can't we make a little dent here or there? So also that's the beauty of geometry, that when you say I want a square of 10 by 10, everybody knows what it is. If I want to make a circle of 1 kilometer radius, it's clear for everybody. But when you start to want to design like a potato shape, then everybody can also have his own opinion. So at least geometry is beyond opinion. So we are at a stage where it's time to reassess a certain discipline, let's say. For example, I have also another image. If you have 22 people with a balloon, they don't know what to do. You give them the rule of football, and suddenly they can play. So there is a rule of the game. So actually, we came here to play a certain game. We have invited people to play football, but people they pretend to play basketball on our football field. So we are at let's say at a stage of maturity now. We have to. Well, I don't know if I reply to you, but.
Yeah, and individually, what do you think it's? How can cultural zone provide us that aspiration?
But individually, the best thing we can do is to attune to the mother and to for example, mother ask some people to read and read Aurobindo, and as that's one thing we forget. I'm quite sad that many people, many Aurovillians don't read Aurobindo, and we have to realize the beauty, the depth, the incredible inspiration that we can get from Aurobindo's writing. So there is no escape. We cannot build Auroville unless we make a certain effort, a certain sadhana, and that was part of the first chapter of the charter. We have to be the willing servitor of the divine consciousness. If we pretend to do according to our ego, according to our fancy, we cannot make our will. It's impossible. And maybe it's because we have wandered too long in that semi-obscurity that we are still at this stage after 55 years. So it's time I hope that some people will start to realize the real challenge. It's time. So individually, we shall speak of that later, no? What could be a cultural field.
Correct.
But,